Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 7 of Sithlonia, the city bound to the Sithalon mines. And today, well, we're going to continue building this fine little mountain city, and I've noticed something that I totally forgot in between the episodes. I am a little bit ashamed, but of course there has to be proper culture brought to this here, and I somehow have derped this out while because I thought the shrines, they somehow require a tech before that. I come from previous versions where anything religion had to be researched first, so we of course have to fit in shrines, and I figured that it might be a really good spot to plug in a couple of religious buildings here, maybe something up here at some point, and of course the mountain city shall receive its shrine too. So when we come down to religion, the humans are very diverse. They are worshippers of Athuri, that's the biggest majority of them. Then we have among the Dondorians a absolute bias towards Athurism, and with the humans we can still go for Krator, and the evil gods are also present among them, but we're not going to worship neither Eminian nor Shmalor. We're going to do this another time on another occasion. So I think Athuri worshipping is the first thing that we should do here, especially since we are a city of Siphalon. Athuri temples later down the road will require Siphalon sacrifices, or at least they did in the previous versions. So that's going to be quite a fun thing to establish as the very first thing, because, it's clearly very important for the city. And with the authority shrine sitting here, I have already made my decision that we are going to go for housing in the background of that. I don't know, does this thing make noise? Nah. The fight pit doesn't make noise. The people are dying there silently. I feel like the fight pit should make noise. How do you feel about that? I feel like that shouldn't be a silent building. I mean, people are cheering and people are fighting and punching and bleeding. Not exactly silent things. Anyways, so if we go for the smallest parts here, oh, we can only fit in really small apartments here, but we are going to do something like this. This isn't necessarily terribly efficient in terms of spacing, but you see there's this little alley, and who wouldn't want to live in the alley behind the fight pit and behind the shrine to Athuri? This sounds like a great place to me. So we're going to put roads on top of it, so it'll have a nice look as well. There we go. So, the Athuri Shrine will also make the human populace happier again, so that'll help us out as well, as we are currently seeing a little bit of a downfall with these things. So if I remember correctly, Krator wasn't Krator the god that's fitting to the whole agricultural things? Let me check. Krator, doesn't the encyclopedia know something for me? So, Krator. Well, promotes farming and husbandry. Perfect, perfect. That's just what we need. So the Krator Shrine goes up to the farming area. That makes perfectly sense. And we're going to pick up another big one and slap that into the mountain city, obviously. So, isn't that a brilliant idea? I feel like that's just what we need. So, let's create a sort of a plaza around that. Later we will put down stone on the roads, don't you worry. But we're not quite there yet. So, let's see. I think the construction of the shrines should really do something for the city's happiness. There we go. And the best part about shrines, they don't require any maintenance. I really need to get these better into my DNA, so to speak, because I really didn't build them up fast enough. So today's the day we bring religion to the city here. And let's see. Where's all my Sithalon? It's weird. It's already summer and we're at 0? That doesn't feel right. Whatever, maybe we donated in the last episode a little bit later. So the very few people that we have working here, well, they do take their time until they get their business done. But luckily, the premise of religious services does certainly emanate to the people here. All right, so new odd jobbers are freed up. That's really important at this point. We just need every pair of hands that we can get. Technically, it would be smarter to just allow the immigrants not one by one. Just let them build up a bit. But right now, I'm a tad bit impatient, in all admittance. So there we go. I really like how this looks now. It's a good start. This feels now like a proper city, like a proper village center. Okay. So I got no clue. Yeah, 10% load. Thing ain't used much. So that's perfectly fine though for me. So we're going to excavate now part of that mountain here. So let's just say here. And since the Dorians value squareness, we're going to start making the shape of this tunnel more and more regular. I just realized last time that I did a wrong job here with that winding road. This must have been human planning. No Dorian would do that. It looks really bad. But well, if you ask a human, it's gorgeous. So you know, that's cultural differences. Alright, so the Krator Shrine is almost done. We have to build up another Authority Shrine into the mountain, of course. That is just absolutely mandatory. We can't forego that. Meanwhile, the cotton farm is in place, and it requires new homes. I was foreseeing this moment, and we're going to build a couple of longhouses here. So I'd say we're going to put the longhouses, of course, here into the vicinity of this new square. I mean, this is serious real estate. Come on, you have the market, you have the food stall, you have the well and the hearth, you have a shrine, you have the janitor right around the corner. You need to walk down the road to take your business somewhere else. So come on, it's fine. It's really fine. So let's see. We were last time also at the verge of building ourselves a proper tailor business, but I have to forestall that a little bit, as you see there, due to the fact that we do require to upgrade our city a tad bit. Hey, look at that. 10 people in one go, and we are now an Appointix Ray. That means the first nobleman can finally say hi here in the city. That is really good. So we're going to have the very first nobleman for the city. According to our city, so what is the most important nobleman here? We would totally need a master of farms, as we are really working hard on that. We would need a master of the mines, but I somehow want to put a Dorian into that role, because it feels just wrong to give that position to a human. And I think the humans would think so too. So what would the humans pick as a first thing? A master treasurer is the one that we require. All right. So a very human thing would be the university headmaster, but not with a city of 220 people. That just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like we are right now at the point where we either go for a master of farms or a master of livestock. And, well, I think these two make the most sense to me right now. And I think I'm going to start with the master of livestock. As we are currently building up this new city part here, it only makes sense to have the first noble people going into this direction. To me, at least, it does make sense. So, we need to amp up our wood production again. That is one other thing that I do realize. So, I might have to bite the bullet and put up a fishery very soon, as currently our production and consumption rates are troublesome to look at. I don't feel well with that kind of situation. And let's see, our grain production should not. Yeah, well, let's make that auto-employ. Somehow I have the feeling as if the AI knows better how to balance my production for real. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. So let's fast forward a tiny bit and see how that tunnel is being excavated. It's the year 15 and the autumn is almost gone. The weather must be getting colder now. And a serious streak of happiness is in the town. That is because the city of Siflonia has its first nobleman. That message goes all over the land, obviously. And we also have proper religion now. I can't. I don't want to continue before the Dorian part of the city has a proper shrine to. It feels really wrong to me to give my Dorian friends not the proper place of worship if the rest of the city already has. The only reason why we don't have it yet is that the excavation of the tunnel takes that long. But when it comes down to the importance here, in all honesty, I think the humans of this place are really grateful to the Dondorians here, as they're doing all the heavy lifting for them. So I think we are not allowed to make another nobleman. That would be too easy. Okay, but the bright side here is that we will have next year the cotton production that we are dreaming of. So it ain't any problem whatsoever that the tailor's workshop ain't finished yet. So that's just fine. We have another dead Dondorian. Jarlos the Sixth has died with in a brawl too. So yeah, it seems that brawls happen a tad bit more often here. But this is pretty normal when you're playing with humans. They tend to have violent outbursts, such as the human nature, as it seems. Now, we're going to pick up that huge Athuri shrine, and let's see. It'll fit in here perfectly. There we go. So can I place it down already? Yes, I can. Brilliant. So that will be the centerpiece of the mountain city now. And I feel like it's the proper thing to do, considering everything. So, let's see. We're going to increase our Civilon production with 2 workers this year. If we're considering everything, it's just a just a measure for good luck, as it hasn't been forgotten that one of the people here went insane the other time. So we only brought 16 pieces of Civilon, which just seems to me as if we have gifted away last year portion. This must be. It can't be less because we are constantly increasing our production. So I don't go too deep into this matter now. So it's tree fella time. There we go. So as you see here, this forest is being overstressed, so to say. The trees here being chopped are only yielding low amounts of wood, but I do like it. It's not really bad. So a wise commenter said you can upgrade your warehouses like that without technological improvement. It's not as if I haven't done a tutorial series or anything like that. I just didn't notice that button yet, so a deep thanks from my side for putting this very obvious thing into my sights. I appreciate, really. I don't know how I could have missed that. Anyways, so it's time to put some new apartments into position here. Oh, what was that? Terrible mess was that. As now more Dondorians are craving for a room. This is all right. That's okay. I wanted to do something particular here, anyways. So I figured that this area here would make an excellent workshop. The thing is, Dondorians love noise, so we're going to provide some hammering and smashing for the apartment area here. Come on, I mean, what could they wish for more? They love it if it's noisy around their homes. These crazy little buggers. Whatever. So here again, thanks for letting me know that you can upgrade your warehouses like that. We do need deeper pockets for that though, but that ain't any issue for me. Now, once that shrine has been built, we're going to go and plan out the tailor's workshop. I mean, the next harvest of cotton is still a while to wait for. However you formulate that in English, whatever. You know what I want to say. So, the Dondorians have their authority shrine in the mountain now too. I mean, come on. If that's no good luck charm, I don't know how one looks like. So, well, let's get back to the tailor business. We're going to go... Oh, no, that's a weaver. I've been talking about the whole wrong business the entire time. Now, this is the main road of the city. I don't want to compromise that. So we're going to put down the weaver just like here. Yeah, it's going to conflict a bit with these homes here, but I can't just say... I don't want a perfect city in terms of noise shielding. I want a medieval city where some houses are just shittier than others. It just sucks if you're living right next to a noisy workshop, but you better be happy that you at least have a roof over your head. So, something along these lines. I don't want to build a utopia here, although you can with this game pretty easily pull this off, so... It's just a side note of mine. So I want to have here again 24 workers. Brilliant. So this footprint here is doing me a really good job so far. We're able to bring up auxiliary looms, just like that again, raising the efficiency to really nice levels. This design is a little bit weirder though. So, well... Let's see, can I put a wider auxiliary? No, I can't. Let's make it like that then. So, almost there. Just need a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And now just for a bit of storage. Don't make that too small, as it would slow down your workshop. So, let's see. This is bad and so far, as it blocks off the traveling area. So I think this should be okay. So the weaver, as we see here, doesn't require any complex materials. We don't need to invest anything too costly. It's just a straight up refinement process. And it'll help the city so tremendously, as we will gain a really easy ways and means to earn ourselves some big money. So, let's check that. Our production rate went upstairs because our AI advisor is totally putting out more bread here than ever. That's good. It's really, really good. And I think our meat production should go up very soon too. So according to our production rates, we can easily take in more people. So that means the weaver's workshop is going to be no problem at all. So let's authorize the 24 people that are supposed to work there already. So let's say we're getting the weavers into town. And this will also help us a lot with the odd jobbers. I'll leave it yet again for the AI to auto-balance out how many weavers we're going to employ here for the time being. Because it's a real hard thing for me to just properly balance it out. We got the necessary workers, so it ain't much of a big deal. So, what is a big deal, though, is the fact that we now got ourselves fabric. That is the point where we can now get ourselves more effective tailors, but I disagree. The first thing that I want to do is I want to slap down yet another one of these fancy Auroch pastures, because I feel like we totally should do that. So we're going to put down the second one right there. It'll eliminate that little patch of forest, but it'll also create so much more food for the city in one instance. And the other thing is it'll also create a lot of leather, so it's an absolute win for the city. We will benefit from that so hard. And we have a nobleman assigned to that, so I think story-wise it also makes totally sense to say that of course we're building a new pasture if we get a master of pastures as the very first nobleman here into town. What else should we pick? Seriously. Now then. Let's keep chopping trees, as we're investing quite heavily into wood here. And by now, people are waiting to get into onto Siflonian ground. That is how well we're pulling off our thing here. And the first pieces of fabric are being stored in the warehouse. So the very first thing that I want to make sure here is now that we're going to export pretty much all of it for the time being, simply because I want to increase my denarii stockpile a tad bit. It's going to take a while anyways until we are able to make clothing out of that. Our first cotton harvest is in, but all in all, I want to have some money that we can rely on, so to speak. Because if we have to give away all the Sithalon we excavate the whole year, we at least might keep the denarii. Even if it is by selling fabric. Or even if it is earned by selling fabric, I should rather say. Good. So I'm gonna excavate a bit more of that mountain hall here. There we go. So we get access to more of that Sithalon ore. So one day we can expand the mines. Alright, so the humans do like the city way more than the Dorians. So I think another thing that we could do is go for the fishery, because that should be a really, really nice thing to do. But first, well, first we're going to export a little bit more of that fabric, so we got a nice income. And after that, we're going to research the fabric tailoring process. And then we're going to go for some fish. Then the Dondorians can finally have the fish that they're craving for. Until then, we also still have to wait for the pasture to be completed. So that means 20 more cowboys or Auroch boys are going to town. By now, the city has grown really a lot. But the good part is I always love to expand into food industries, as this is just providing stability. The city is just going to go more stable out of that, and that's good. Alright, what I do also notice is that my warehouses are not sucking in the material fast enough. Ah, yeah, here we go. The AI does notice so too. Brilliant. Now we only have to wait for the pasture to be completed, and another 16 people disappear. And here we're being extorted. So, my good friends, it pains me to say that we have to pay up and tolerate being bullied like that. It sucks, but it is better than dying. That's all I can say. So we're going to stick with that for now. I mean, as you see there, we were negative for a very short moment until it just popped away. I mean, I love the fact that in Songs of SYX you can go into negative. You can create debt for your kingdom, city, whatever you want to call it. Alright. So, winter is coming yet again, and it is time to bring the Scythalon tax. Okay, so there we go. It's the day the Dondorians hate every year. We brought 25 chunks of Scythalon out of the ground, and 23 of these will go to our overlords. There we go. Enjoy. Enjoy your Scythalon for doing nothing. Okay, so we're going to go and employ 2 more people again in the mines, so our work output is constantly increasing, just like the scenario that I created myself demands. I'll also try and keep the steps upwards somewhat incremental, as I try to make sure that once we have like 50 people, I'll try to increase the number by 3 to 4, not by just 1 per year. That would be lame. We are going to create a Scythalon boomtown. Alright, so my wood stockpiles are going tremendously low. I really want to employ a woodcutter one day soon, but that day is just not yet. I have too many other places where I need to put workers to, so nah. I do like how this is looking like, though. This has come down really nicely. Okay, so let's check back. Our current production rate ain't too high yet, as the fresh pasture is just kicking into production. Okay. Now, as we have now the Weaver exports running, we're going to go and say we're exporting like 50% of our total of fabric. We also now will go and increase our technology for this and unlock the fabric tailoring. The bright side about all this is that henceforth the leather that we're gathering can be entirely sold, so we basically just swap one industry for another, one export for another, so we'll be still gaining money, and that's pretty cool. So I'm going to export here like 90% of all the leather that we gain, so our pastures are now really part of our economic success. Imagine you have the Scythalon around the corner and you grow rich by herding cows. Sorry, Warrock. I mistake these. So, let's see how the Weaver's auto-employment scheme will work like. And yeah, let's see if we can get the clothing needs for the city down with that. We can clearly upgrade those buildings, and I think the very next thing that I want to build is a second one of these labs. So it'll take a while until I have the necessary workers to fill that thing, but we better get started with one of them right now while we have just still the time. We're just going to leave it empty for the time being, and whenever we want to put up some researchers, we just slap them in and be happy about it. Gotta say, the city is building quite fast. There we go. So of course the AI wants to put all the people in there right away. So let's say we put 4 researchers in there as an alibi for having this built. Alright. Good. The next thing on my list, like I said, is now the fishery. So let's see. I think over here is a good spot. But checking the clock, I gotta say, we're going to go for that in the next episode. It's gonna be better even also if I'm double checking the location for the fishery, as we also want to put up pumps over here at the shore to put up some irrigation system for our fields and for our pastures eventually. So I want to do a little bit of a planning session anyways and think about where a good spot for the fishery will actually be. Maybe we will even go to a different angle of that. Might be very much the case. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's been my pleasure. I think the city is coming along super nicely. I love the little plazas that we got now. I love that Athuri shrine here in the mines. It looks just damn gorgeous. We have proper industries running now. We are earning money, serious denarii, because the leather income ain't bad. I mean, we are producing yearly 230-ish leather per pasture. That means 500 leather per year. That's just pure income as a side product for our food production. I do like that. Anyways, leave a thumbs up on that video if you enjoyed. Consider subscribing. I'd be really delighted to have you folks. And of course, consider checking out the description box. There's links down there to Discord, where you can find like-minded gamers, among those, of course, me. And there's also my Twitch channel, where I stream each Sunday evening, Middle European Central blah time. And check out Patreon, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. I'd be really delighted if you'd give them a go. And a big thanks to all of the supporters of the channel. I deeply appreciate, and I hope you had a good time. A big thanks especially to you. While you're watching this, you have brought yourself through all the ad rolls of mine, and I really appreciate that you're still around and watching this video. So, have a wonderful day, and see you all next time. And that was a mud tailor. Damn it. That was, or is it a stone tailor? I think it's a mud tailor. No, it's a stone wall. Phew. See you next time. Bye-bye.